Welcome, my name's Fraser Hay and I'll be your host for this session. So welcome to how to get the job that you need or the career that you want. It's your choice, it's your life. You decide on the job, role or position that you want in order for you to live the life and lifestyle you choose. Ready? Well, first things first, please go and get a pen and paper if you haven't got one already. And if you haven't got one, press the pause key until you get one. And I say that because if you're watching this on replay, and if at any point in this session you need more time to answer the questions, complete an exercise, make notes, or complete one of the activities, then please press the pause key. And when you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. So, having got your bit of paper and drawn a line down the middle of the page and a line across the middle of the page, I want you to write 4 words. In the top right box, write the word slumber. On the bottom right box, I want you to write the word expansion. Bottom left box, the word learning, and then on the top left box, freedom. And the first letter of each word creates an acronym, S-E-L-F, self. And that's because this is all about you and yourself and you creating an action plan for you to get the job, role or position that you want, doing what you love to do and enjoy doing with the value that you can offer organizations and employers, just so that you can chill out, relax and have fun doing what you do best. So, step 1, coming out of slumber. It's time to wake up and get on point, on form and on fire. So how do we do that? Well, many people can often be at a crossroads. They're confused, perplexed, or even overwhelmed. Many are working long hours. They've got a great deal of commitments that they have, financial strains, worries, concerns about siblings or family members, and they're trying to get their own work-life balance right, reducing their stress levels, even trying to get their health back in order. But what about you and where you're at, and where's your vision for what you want to be doing half in the months and years ahead? Well, first thing we need to do is wake up, because many people can be distracted with what's going on in their life today. And quite often life has got a funny knack of getting your attention when you're not paying attention to what's happening. And many people, they lack energy, clarity, vision and purpose. So what about you? Where are you at in your life today? What's consuming all of your attention? Now, let me take you back to June of 2020 during COVID. I woke up in a hospital, and I'm not going to tell you the full story. You can Google me and watch my TED Talk, Fraser Hay TED Talk, and you'll get the full story there. But just now, I'm just trying to illustrate the point that quite often we have to take stock. And in order to do that and progress where we are and where we want to get to, we need to do 3 things. We need to get on point, on form, and on fire. We need to recognize the need to change. Because if we're not happy with our current situation, we want to better our situation. We want to achieve our goals, even our dreams. And in doing that, we need to have a plan of action. Quite often we've got family members telling us what to do. We've got teachers, lecturers telling us what to do. We've got career guidance. We've got many people in our lives trying to push us in a particular direction. But it's your life. You're in control. You make the decisions. You decide which job, role or position you want in order for you to apply and share your skills, your wisdoms, all these meta skills that you may have acquired to date, and who can help you get to where you want to be so that you can create the life and lifestyle you want in the job, role or position that you prefer. So, do you want a job, a job, or do you want a career? It's entirely down to you. But I've got 3 quick questions. Number 1, what are you good at? Seriously, what are you good at? Is it computer programming? Is it maths? Are you good at translations? Are you good at writing, speaking? Are you good at getting on with people? It doesn't matter what it is, but what are you good at? Write it down. And again, if you're watching this on replay and you need more time for answering any of these questions, simply press the pause key, make notes, and when you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. So number 1, what are you good at? Number 2, what do you enjoy doing? It could be reading, writing, it could be horse riding, it could be swimming, it could be a pastime or a hobby that you excel at. It could be that you like computer programming, playing computer games, designing apps. It could be that you love putting PowerPoints together. It doesn't matter whether you like writing standard operating procedures or you like to keep up to speed with what's happening in the news and you like blogging about it. Please take a moment and write down what you enjoy doing. And number 3, if you'd no chance of failure, what would you do next with your life? Because many people often get a job, a job, a just over broke, doing something that they might be good at, but they don't enjoy it. They're just doing it to get by, just to get to the end of the month. And quite often, they've usually got more month left at the end of the money. And I want you to think about this. Focus on what you're good at and what you enjoy doing. And if you can focus your talent, skill, wisdom, and energy into something where you can share that and practice that, meaningful work will just own you and you will own it. You will feel completely fulfilled in what you choose to do next with your life. And when I say that, I want you to think about, if you'd no chance of failure, what would you do next with your life? Think about it. Write it down. And again, if you're watching this on replay and you need more time to answer any of these 3 questions, press the pause key, and when you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. So, get on point, on form, and on fire. Well, what you don't want is in 5 years, 10 years, 20 or 30 years time to then wake up and go, oh, I wish I could have. Oh, but I didn't. You don't want to have regrets of the past, because then you'll come to a standstill. At that point, you might choose that you wish you had gone to university or college. You might want to revisit your career in 10 or 20 years' time. And you need to stop worrying about your future. Don't worry about the economy. You don't worry about all these distractions that can take us away from where we want to be. Focus now by taking responsibility on what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and what you could offer a potential employer or organization with the skills that you have. So, let's take responsibility today, now. Ready? Now, when we think about what you can offer employers, we need to think about the meta skills that you have. It could be to do with your own personal self-management, your social intelligence, innovation. And employers look for not just the academic qualifications, not just experience, but all the personal attributes that you bring to the table, everything that makes you different. In fact, on that point, what makes you different from all other candidates when you apply for a job? They've all got a CV or a resume. They'll all say they've got education up to a particular standard. But what makes you different without mentioning service, reliability, education, or the salary you want? That's got you thinking, hasn't it? But employers will look at all these different things. How punctual you are, how adaptable you are, how your attitude fares when you deal with other people in their organization. And when we think about our meta skills, we need to do a review of ourselves and write down, what are we good at? What do we enjoy doing? And on this occasion, I want you to think about, what sort of meta skills do employers seek and look for? Done that? Excellent. So, we've woken up, we've become aware that we're looking for a new role. job or position. We want to take responsibility and start thinking about what it is we want and which direction are we going. And we're now beginning to answer some basic questions. Next, it's time to set new goals. And as we get on point, on form and on fire, well, right now, while you're watching this, I want you to touch your nose. I know, go on, touch your nose. You done it? Touch your nose. Excellent. Now, you're probably wondering why. Are you? Well, let me explain. There's a brilliant formula. D plus B plus E equals R. Go on, write it down. Desire plus belief plus expectation equals results. And this is true as well when it comes to your career and what it is you want to do next in your life, career or business. And if you've touched your nose, go and do it again just to be sure. If you've just done that, you probably got the result that you wanted. You touched your nose. And that's because you had the desire. You wanted to touch your nose. You also had the belief that you could touch your nose. You didn't think about all the 30 plus bones in your arm from your fingertip to your elbow. You didn't try and talk yourself out of it. You didn't overanalyze it. Guess what? You just did it. And you expected to touch your nose. So you had the desire, the belief, and the expectation. You weren't overcritical about yourself. You didn't give yourself 10 reasons why you couldn't do it. No, you just did it. Desire, belief, and expectation. And you got the result you wanted. And that's also true when it comes to taking control of our life and getting the next job, role, or position that we want in order to live the life and the lifestyle we desire. Now, it could be that you want one of three things. But in this instance, I want you to get a sheet of paper and write down, in fact, I'll zoom in on this for you. Get a sheet of paper and I want you to write 3 words at the top of the page. Be, do, and have. Write down be, do, and have. And under the column B, I want you to think about all the things you want to be next in your life. And here I'm just giving you some generic headings, but you can become very specific in all the things that you want to be. You might want to be a pupil, a student, a graduate, an intern. You might want to be an employee or an employer. You might want to become self-employed or unemployed. It's entirely down to you what you want to do next in your life. But what do you really want to be? You can also be specific in terms of the industry, the job title, in terms of what you want to be. But what do you want to do? Do you want to go to college, university? Do you want to travel with a sabbatical and take a year off? Do you want to work locally, nationally, or abroad? Think about where you are today and what it is that you actually want. You might even want to become self-employed and start your own business because of the skills and talent you have and you've spotted a gap in the market. But think about all the things you really want to be. Under the word do, write down all the things that you want to do next with your life. And then have. Think about all the things that you want to have. Is it just a job? Being just over broke? Is it a career with an element of vision? Do you want to have a profession and be known for being at the top of your game in that particular industry sector or niche? And what about salary or wages? Do you know how much you need to give you what you want? Do you know how much you need to cover all your living expenses and have some money left at the end of the month? Write down what your ideal salary is that you want to have. And think about the benefits that you would like as part of that job role or position. The extras. Do you want a pension? Do you want healthcare? Do you want a car? Think about all the extras you might want, part and parcel. It might be dental care. Think about all the extra benefits you could perhaps get that you could also haggle for and ask for during an interview with a potential organisation or employer. And think about your retirement. It doesn't matter if you're 50, 40, 30, 20 or even 15. You've got to start thinking about your retirement now so that all the hard work, effort and commitment that you put in can generate great benefits and dividend for you later in life. So, on that point, I want you to think about when it comes to your work, what is it that you really want? Which industry do you want to work in? Do you want to work onshore, offshore, online, offline? Do you think about whether you want to work in retail, manufacturing, services? And what job title would you look? And then go and do a Google search to find out what the current salary is for such a job title. Go onto LinkedIn and look at some of the jobs coming up that are available, some of the positions. Think of some of the companies you might want to work for. Look in the news to see what's happening. You could also go onto LinkedIn again or do a search for the top 10 job sites, recruitment agencies, and think about where you want to work, the location, because you've got things like commuting. Do you want to have to get a bus fare every single day? Do you want to buy a season ticket? And when you're traveling by train, you're going to have to make sure you've got a season ticket for getting on there and back, half an hour, up to 2 hours each way, each day. You decide on the location. Think about, as we've talked about, the salary and the benefits. I know when I was 15, I used to think, when you're 20 years old, you'll get 20 grand. When you're 30 years old, you'll get 30 grand. When you're 50 years old, you'll get 50 grand. Well, guess what? There are some people have actually, under the age of 20, have generated 1 million, 2 million, 5 million and 10 million pounds from doing deals with companies. There was one chap, 17 years old, 30 million from Yahoo after he developed an app. Another young chap put together a suite of bow ties and started up his bow tie company. Employers look for people who are talented, and many individuals within organizations are often compensated and remunerated for their own intellectual property and intellectual capital that they possess, that wisdom that can be put to good commercial advantage for the organization they choose to work for. So think about your salary, the benefits, and as we've talked about previously, pension and perks. Be clear on what it is you really, really want. Done that? And remember, if you're watching this on replay and you need more time, simply press the pause key. When you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. Excellent. Now, we know what you really want in terms of your aspirations, and you're thinking about what you want to be, do, and have, and you're beginning to drill down very specifically on what it is that you want to be, do, and have. But don't forget, I want you to think about what you can offer a particular employer or organization. Think about your meta skills in terms of your self-management, your social intelligence and innovation. Are you creative? Are you good at problem solving? Are you good at delivering on time within budget? Are you a complainer? Do you take a full lunch hour? Do you arrive early and leave late? Or do you arrive late and leave early? It's entirely up to you. But employers look for commitment. They look for credibility. They look for adaptability. They want people who are punctual, and they want people who are prepared to go the extra mile. Think about it. And when it comes to an interview, you're going to be asked questions. And here I've just picked a few random questions for, if I was to ask you right now, tell me about yourself. How could you start talking about yourself in about 1 to 2 minutes? What would you say about you that's not going to bore me, that's not going to get me switching off and thinking about another candidate that I looked at earlier today? How can you be interesting towards me and being relevant in terms of the organization and why you're in for that interview? You might want to talk about things that you've achieved and situations where you've had to apply and adapt yourself in order to achieve a specific goal. And a very common question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? It's not a trick question. They want to know whether you're just going to be there for the summer. Is it just a fill-in job, a part-time role? Are you looking to be committed and to stick with the organization, progress with the organization? And you might be asked to share one of your achievements. for myself, I've won a number of awards. I've written over 20 books on Amazon, but this is not about me. I'm getting to you to think about. But think about a situation where your back was against the wall, or you'd been let down because somebody could have done what they should have done but didn't do it, and you were left in the lurch, and you had to take proactive action to get yourself out of a situation and start generating confidence, progress and results, either for you, your team, your department, section, your friends, your family, whatever it is. Just think of one achievement that you may have achieved to date. And also think about working under pressure. When have you actually had to work under pressure? Perhaps it was a homework assignment. Perhaps you were actually doing job experience. Perhaps you were out in the field and again, you didn't have a particular piece of equipment, a tool, an accessory, sorry. See, it is live. And what I want you to think about is what you've been able to do and remain cool and confident and get the job done under pressure. Quite often, employers will also ask you, why should I hire you? And this is your opportunity to think about your meta skills, to think about your proficiency in different topics and subjects. I also want you to think about what you've actually accumulated and acquired over the months and years to date, and how you can apply and share that in terms of the pains, needs and frustrations of the organisation. I want you to think about the job you're going to be doing or the role you're going to be taking and fulfilling, and think about all the tasks they might require you to do. And if you haven't done it, go on to Google and do a search for tasks required for a salesman, tasks required for an office manager, tasks required, etc. etc. You might also want to write down what are the stresses of an employer looking for a retail assistant. What are the stresses of an employer looking for a clerk to work in the accounts office? Think about all the pains, needs and frustrations your potential employer would have, and think about what you've got and what you can offer in order to fix, address or solve these problems, needs and frustrations for that employer. That's one of the good ways that you could answer why they should select you as part of this selection process. And do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Is it about, don't just say, how much will I get paid? No, ask about who your line manager is going to be. Ask for details of the job description. Ask about what the progression is within the organisation. Do they have a formal training program? Is there perhaps a trial period? Think about the questions that you should be asking that particular employer. Have they got any expansion plans? Think where you want to be in 5 years' time and get confirmed where they're going to be in 5 years' time, because you don't want to be laid off, paid off or made redundant where you've got your plan of action together but the employer and you didn't discuss things at the time, so you both feel confident in the progress that's about to occur and the results that can get generated for both parties. So, having said that, you've now written your points down, thought about some of these questions, and again, if you are watching this on replay and you need more time, simply press the pause key, and when you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. So, we've woken up, come out our slumber, we've started thinking about what we can offer a potential employer with our meta skills, with our education, with our attitude, and we've also thought about the specific job role or position we would like and where we would like that job, how much we want to get compensated or remunerated. But now we need to focus on step 3. We need to learn and understand what's holding us back and preventing the results that you want to get the job role or position you crave. So what is holding you back? Well, for me, there are 6 culprits in our life, career and business. Are you ready? You might want to write these down. Ignorance, apathy and fear. Blame, excuses and denial. And don't just think about yourself, but when you go to a new organisation, a new employer, you'll always get somebody in your department, you'll always get somebody at work who, oh, it wasn't me, it was so-and-so. Somebody will always try and blame somebody else. Somebody will always come up with an excuse as to why they could have done what they should have done, but they didn't do it. Others will be in denial. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't apply for that. I'm not good enough. No. Other people, well, I'll tell you a funny story. We were going out one night, and I've got 5 kids, and we're trying to find my son. I couldn't find him. We're going out for a meal, and I took out my phone and I texted him, and I said, Scott, we're going out for a meal. Do you want to come? And I got 3 letters back in this text message, and it said CBA. CBA. What does that mean? And I asked my wife. She didn't know. So I sent a question mark back to my son in a text message. And it came back, CBA equals can't be arsed. Couldn't be bothered. And many people can be apathetic. They can be too comfortable where they are doing what they're doing, just getting by 9 to 5 or 7 till 7, working the 5-hour day, the 12-hour day, 5 days or 6 days a week. They're just apathetic or somewhat lethargic. It could even be having an effect on their health because they're fearful as to what's going to happen next. They've maybe heard rumours within the organisation there's going to be change, a new broom's coming in. It could be that the office politics is not what they like, and there could be 6 primary reasons as to why we might have to change what we're doing and how we do it. And in order to deal with these, embrace these, I want you to think about the top 3 priorities in your life, career or business today. Go on, write them down. What are your top 3 priorities? What do you want to do next? What do you want to change? Yeah? It's not about being, it'll never happen. No. Come on, embrace it. Get on point, on form and on fire. Write down the top 3 priorities that you want to change in your life and career now, today. And again, if you're watching this on replay and you need more time, simply press the pause key. When you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. Step 4. So, we've woken up, we've decided that we want a new job role or position. We've identified our education, our skills, our attitude, all the meta skills that we've actually got. We're very clear on what potential employers are looking for. We know what industry and type of organisation we want to focus on. We're quite clear on what we're bringing to the table, and we think we can answer the questions they're going to ask us in our interview. So, something that's very important. Attitude. And I'm suggesting at this stage, step 4, add a little grrr to your attitude. Gratitude. You might not always get a job for life, but there is always opportunity for life. And if you remember that and retain that and recognize that for the rest of your life, you will have gratitude. And you can reinforce this every single day, because I'm about to share 7 magic words with you. 7 magic words. Can you guess what they are? Can you? Because they can have a tremendous effect when you're job hunting, when you're looking for career progression, when you're actually looking to go from where you are to where you want to be and generate the confidence, progress and results that you want to live the life and the lifestyle you prefer. So, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then complete that sentence. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've passed all my exams. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm clear on what it is I want to do next for my life. I'm so happy and grateful now that I can travel to work. I can travel up to 30 minutes a day. It doesn't matter how you complete or end that sentence, but write it down and give yourself 3 reasons and things that you're grateful for in your life today. Go on, write them down. What 3 things are you grateful for in your life today? And again, if you're watching this live or on the replay online, then If you need more time, press the pause key. When you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. Excellent. Now, my life and career has been one heck of a roller coaster over the last 30 years. And I've worked public sector, private sector, I've worked for small organisations, small businesses and large companies as well. And I want you to think about adding a little gratitude, because I talked about earlier during COVID where I ended up in hospital. I was getting injections in my only eye, and I don't tell the full story because you can check it out on the TED Talk if you type in my name onto YouTube. But a lot has happened in the last 2 years. I went on to write not just one book, but 10 books. I've been featured on a whole host of different media outlets online. And I've now got my new website helping people with their mindset, strategy and tactics, and how they can automate the jobs they don't want to do, they hate doing, and so that they themselves can better spend their time so they can recover and recoup and get the work-life balance sorted out with the help and assistance of automation and AI. So, at this point, I want you to remember, life is happening for you, not to you. It's got a habit of getting our attention when we're not paying attention. Right now, today, you're watching this because you're thinking about your next job, role or position. And be aware of what's unfolding in front of you. And be grateful for life's lessons. Because unlike school, college or university, lessons in life get repeated until you learn and apply the learning from them. Whereas at school, college or university, we do the lesson and then we get tested. In life, unfortunately, and sometimes fortunately, we get tested in life and then we apply the learning. So, what is the next goal or objective that you want to achieve? What is the next job, role or position that you would like to apply for? In which industry, sector or niche? And at what level of salary or remuneration? What is the next big goal or objective that you want to achieve? Write it down. And remember, if you are watching this on replay and you need more time, please press the pause key, and when you're ready to continue, press the pause key again. And remember, that job, role or position, what is the industry you want to work in? If you could do anything you want, which industry, what job title, which particular company, which locality or location? Think about getting up early in the morning and the travelling and the commuting you might have to do and the indirect costs associated with that. Have you got to think about babysitting, or do the kids have to go to an after school club or a preschool club? Think about all the things that you might have to come into play, and also what salary do you want and the benefits, the pension and the perks. Write it all down and focus in on what it is you really want to have. And now, pull your phone out. Seriously, go on, pull your phone out. What I'd like you to do, if you've enjoyed this session, please write a little positive note either on Facebook, LinkedIn, any one of the social networks that you've perhaps seen this session, and just share a little positive comment, for it might help somebody else who may be at a crossroads, unsure how and what to do next with their life or career. And I want just add a little comment and ping it, share it, and feel free to get in contact with myself either through LinkedIn, Fraser Hay, and if you like my TED Talk on YouTube, then please feel free to get in touch at itstacksup.com, www.itstacksup.com. And thank you. If you've got any questions at all, then we can cover them by getting in touch by email, by Zoom, by Google Meet. Get in touch through my website, through my LinkedIn profile. It doesn't matter. I want to help you get to where you want to be, because of who you are and the meta skills that you've got, the talent, the wisdom, and the education that you could apply yourself to generate the confidence, progress, and results that you want in your life, career, and business. And remember, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. And a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan that is action becomes a reality. If you've signed up for today's session, it's not just about hearing my voice, it's about you getting the best out of the time that we spent together. I want to help you get to where you want to be. What is that goal that you want to achieve? And remember, you have the skillutions that you can provide employers and organizations. So it's time to get the job that you need or to go for the career that you want. And if you want to get in touch either via LinkedIn or via my website at itstacksup.com. And if you know anybody else that might be at a crossroads, invite them to come and watch this presentation. And if you have enjoyed it, please feel free to send and share a little positive comment online. Thank you.